Are we alone in the universe? It's an age-old question for mankind, and the answer may now live online. The Defense Department released new, never-before-seen files on unidentified aerial phenomena, also known as UFOs. The first batch includes reports from astronauts on board the Apollo 12 and 17 missions, along with more recent materials from the FBI and the U.S. military. Joining me right now for more perspective is physics and astronomy professor Aomowa Shields at UC Irvine. Great to see you. She's also the author of A Life on Other Planets, a memoir of finding my place in the universe. Isn't that the question we all ask? Where is my place? Okay, Professor, great to see you. So your research specifically investigates whether there is life on other planets. So, what did you take away from these newly released files, this news this week?
Well, thank you so much for having me. And these files are intriguing, to say the least. And I've taken a look at some of the photos and some of the testimonies, and it's an example of how we are definitely paying attention to what we see up in the sky. And have all of our different perspectives on what we see, and it's important to honor those. And we have to remember that none of these accounts constitute actual proof of extraterrestrial origins. And so we have to weigh that, the testimony with the data, and currently we don't have anything that we could classify as proof and quantifiable data that there is an extraterrestrial origin.
Okay, so you're not feeling any more so one way or the other about whether we're alone or we, are in the company of others out there?
Well, I certainly have my beliefs. And as a kid, I had that poster that said, "I want to believe," with a UFO on it up on the room. And I certainly subscribe to the idea, as it's been said in the movie Contact, that if it's just us, it would be an awful waste of space. And
how boring.
So many stars out there. And like, our curiosity and our imaginations are among our greatest strengths, right? They're how we got to the moon the first time. They're how we just returned last month, and we'll keep returning, and hopefully for the long term and beyond, to Mars and elsewhere. And we have to keep imagining, and we have to balance that imagination with the facts. And that's I think the tricky thing here.
Yeah, don't we always need some motivation out there, Everything can't be so predictable. All right, so let's talk about, NASA with, a mission to one of Jupiter's moons coming up in 2030, possibly, where there just might be liquid present there, right? I mean, what are you hoping the Europa Clipper mission might either cement or find or help discover for us?
It's so exciting because my work usually focuses on planets beyond our solar system. We call these extrasolar planets or exoplanets, and they're very far away. However, we could discover life right in our own backyard on Jupiter's moon Europa. There is actually liquid water present underneath the ice on this moon. And we have evidence that suggests that that's the case. And the Europa Clipper mission is going to get there in 2030 and hopefully allow us to understand what might really be in that water. We know that everywhere on the Earth where there's water, there's life. And so that's the hope, is that liquid water underneath that ice might have something in it.
Okay, and if there is indeed life out there, let's call it that, life in lots of different forms, and if that life form were to come visit Earth, if it hasn't already, in your view, do you believe it's as curious as we might be in our exploration? Might it come in peace and conflict, something else? What do you suppose? What's your imagination telling you and your research?
Oh my God. Well, I take a positive outlook on this. There's been a lot of popular media and culture, and I love those movies that are super sensational about aliens and what they might be like. And certainly it can lend itself to that fear-based mentality of extraterrestrial life arriving and not meaning us well, right? And there's the other possibility that the extraterrestrial life would be as benevolent as we would hope to be if we were to venture beyond the boundaries of our solar system and encounter such life, right? It takes a lot of effort to cross interstellar space.
Yeah.
So the hope is that you would do that with an intention of curiosity and connection rather than any kind of malevolent intention. So I tend to err on the side of it would be an opportunity for connection, for the biggest kind of connection we could even imagine, right, across space, rather than any potential harmful effects.
I like that idea. I like the optimism in you, and I too, I'm going to lean on the connection that is more about discovery and, you know, congeniality and cooperation, let's say.
Yeah, this is the opportunity here. I mean, we have,
Yeah.
and this is what I love so much about these files being released, because it allows us to ask these questions. We were all born curious as children, and sometimes that curiosity and that wonder can get tamped down as we grow. And having this opportunity to see what other people have witnessed and to ask questions about what people have seen, to get curious, to let that wonder come out, and to start looking up. If you haven't looked up for a while, I'd start looking up and wondering if anything's looking back at you. Because I believe the day that we truly discover that we are not alone in the universe, that's going to be a day where we can verify this, these data. That's going to be something we aren't going to have to guess at and interpret. It'll be very clear, made clear to us.
Very cool. What's out there? And it's out there. All right, Professor Aomowa Shields, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.